does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back here today for another game review, and today I'm very excited to check it out. Pigasus from Brain Games. This is for 2 to 8 players, age is 7+, so it'll take about 20 minutes to play. And in Pigasus is a really simple matching game in which you are going to be looking for matches out on the table and then reaching your hand and grabbing this weird squeaky pig from the middle of the table. And the first person to do it, you find matches, you're going to score those points, and the person who has the most points at the end of the game is going to win. Sounds pretty straightforward, but where this game kind of flips that formula on its head is the fact that all of the cards are a mashup of 2 separate animals. So there's like lobster sharks and pig birds and pig lobsters and bird lobsters. And what you're trying to do is find the 2 cards that have the 2 same animals, but with mixed up bodies. So there might be a giraffe bird on one card, so a giraffe's head on a bird's body that looks like a giraffe, but then on the other card there's going to be a bird's head on a giraffe's body, and you would have to find those 2 specific matches. It's definitely a brain bender that makes your brain think in different ways, but it's good. Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to Joseph, who sponsored this episode of Bowers Game Corner, and he wanted to know, what's your favorite Bowers review and why? Let him know in the comments below, and I'm also curious, so let me know in the comments below. But a huge shout out to Joseph. So let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think about Pigasus. Alright, then we're taking a look at what you're going to get inside of Pigasus. So first and foremost, you're going to handy dandy rule booklet. 2 pages, double-sided, full color. It's got plenty of pictures, illustrations, examples. Should have you up and running in no time at all. Very simple game, very simple rule booklet. I'll also teach you how to play right now. So in Pigasus, what you're going to have is you're going to have this weird squeaking pig with wings on it, and then you're going to have this big stack of cards right here. And on these cards, you're going to have a whole bunch of cards with 2 animals mixed together. So this is a gorilla shark. This is a pig gorilla. This is a giraffe pig. This is a snail elephant. You're getting the gist. But in here, there are going to be matches. So for instance, this is a giraffe lobster, but also in there is a lobster giraffe. And pretty much you're trying to find those matches and be the person to find the most matches and score the most points, and if you do that, you will win the game. You're going to play until all these cards run out, and you're done finding the matches. Pretty simple? Well, I'll show you how it works. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove randomly 16 cards from the game. 5, 6, 7. I don't know why I'm actually counting 16. That's 16. Trust me, it's not actually 16. It's probably like 19. Then what you're going to do is you're going to set those to the side because those will potentially be needed if there's a tie at the end of the game. But then what you're going to do is one person's going to be the person who reveals, and they're going to reveal cards jungle flip style, where you're going to reveal them so that you don't actually see them first, like this. Just one at a time, and then you guys can kind of say them out loud if you would like. So we got a giraffe, gorilla, we got a snail, crocodile, we got a, you get it, we got a slug elephant, and what you're doing is you're slowly revealing them until a match comes up. At which point, when a match comes up, and let's see if we can just fast forward a little bit until we get a match, because I'm absolutely terrible at this game, so it's going to take me a minute to see if there is in fact a match. Let's see, we got ourselves a match yet. We got a lot of lobsters, so we'll look for lobsters. We got lobster gorilla, lobster crocodile, lobster this. So now we're looking for, no, we're just going to keep going. Yeah. So, as you can see, it can take a while for the match to come up as well. So we got shark pig. Do we got any pig sharks? No, no pig sharks. You know what? We're going to cheat a little bit then. And we're going to find ourselves a freaking pig shark. There we go. So, we're going to flip this over, and you try not to cover everything, and you say, oh. You get it? And you say, oh, I got these 2 matches. We got a shark pig and a pig shark. And you say, yeah, that's right. And you go into your scoring pile. And then you carry on your merry way. Very simple. You're going to continue to do this until all the cards have run out, at which point you will tally up all the cards that you have, all the cards you've scored, and whoever has the most points will be the winner of Pigasus. Very light, simple game. Now, there is the scenario where you accidentally grab it or you touch it when you didn't mean to, in which case you suffer a penalty. So let's say you scrap it, and then you're like, oh, I can't find any matches out here. I'm sure there's probably a match out here. I just don't see any because I stink at the game. You can't find any matches. Well, in that particular scenario, you lose as many points as there are players. So if this were a 3-player game, I would lose 3 cards. 2-player game, I would lose both my cards. You can never go below 0, though. And that's what you're going to do. That, in a nutshell, is how you're going to play Pigasus. Alrighty then, Pigasus from Brain Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go to the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. And I just want to start off by saying I hated this game. I did not like this game. I did not have fun with this game. I never want to play this game ever again. But the kids that I played with in my class did enjoy this game a good deal. So after I got done playing it about 5, 6, 7 times, they just played it over and over and over again. So that is something that I did want to mention, but I'm gonna stretch that out a little bit more as we talk in the pros and cons. So first, on the con side, it's very light, it's very simple, and it's purely in the children/family weight category. You're never going to be playing this with just adults. You're never going to be playing this in a party situation, so you do need to know that going into it. Also, I'd say this game has somewhat of an age cap, where I'd say around age 11 or 12, kids are probably going to outgrow this game and want to play different family games with more interesting choices, a little bit more meat on the bone, a little bit less repetition, because those are all other cons that I have with this game. It is very repetitive. It is just a simple matching game, but it does have the weird twist where the two animals are mixed together, and then you have to find the two cards where the two animals are mixed together, but in different ways. And some people, I think, are really going to like that twist. I did not. And just some people's brains do not work that way. I had a couple kids who played it with me who were equally as terrible, but despite the fact they're not normally bad matching game players or bad game players in general, and they were getting a little bit frustrated, but they still kept playing the game. Last con I have of this game is that while I did say that I think the kids really enjoy playing this game, there's other matching games. And what I do with kids when I play the games with them is I always ask after the game is played, like, would you rather play Pigasus or would you rather play this other game? Like, for instance, Dozen Donuts, which is another matching game we have in our class that the kids absolutely love. And every single kid chose Dozen Donuts, and it's over this game, despite the fact this game is fresh in their mind. And I asked them about a couple other matching games that we have, and they liked all the other matching games over this game. So while they did have fun with this game, they did enjoy this game, there are still better solutions out there, which makes this a very hard recommendation for me, because while I obviously did not like the game that much at all, the kids themselves did enjoy the game, but they still would rather play other matching games as well, which makes it hard to recommend this certain game. But moving on to the pros, easy to learn, easy to teach. It checks the box of being both a children's game where you can teach it to kids and then they can play it by themselves, and a family game where you can play it with the kids. And I'm sure some people are going to enjoy this game. Adults are going to enjoy this game because if your brain wraps around the concept, then you're going to enjoy it way more than I did. It's just, it didn't for me, and it wasn't competitive at all. Oh, last con I have with this game is that some people's brains are going to really just pick up on this concept, and they have a large potential to just crush. Like, speaking from an adult game perspective, there's games that have spatial awareness, and if you're really good at spatial awareness, you're going to do much better at games that need spatial awareness. Likewise, I had a girl in my class who just absolutely destroyed everyone at this game every single time, routinely getting about half the cards in the deck. Like, ridiculous. And so she really enjoyed the game, but she really enjoyed it because she was absolutely just crushing everybody. So what I'm saying here on the con side is that you are going to have a very uneven playing field, which you get a lot with spatial awareness games or spelling and vocabulary games of that ilk. You can have issues with that with this game. But moving on to the pros, easy to learn, easy to teach, nice box insert. I like the artwork. I like the idea of the game. I think it's an interesting idea. You're mashing up the two animals and then trying to find the matches. It has enough of a twist on the genre that it doesn't feel played out, because let's be honest, it's kind of hard to make a matching game now because there's so many matching games out there, but I feel like this one does enough different. So who can I recommend this game for? It's a hard recommendation for me personally because I didn't like the game, and that makes it harder for me to see it. You know, I'm not looking at it through rose-colored glasses of enjoying the game. But if your kids really like animals and they really like matching games and they really want to squeak a pig, then maybe this might be one you want to check out. But I still think there are better matching games out there. So in the end, Pigasus, I'm going to give it a 7. But that's only because the kids really enjoyed the game, and I think they thought it was a good game. But for me personally, it's definitely more down towards a 5 or a 4, just because my brain didn't wrap around it, which I don't think is fair to do to the game, because that doesn't make it a bad game. It just does it mean I have a bad brain? I don't know. Weird. But there you go. That is Pigasus from Brain Games, one that I am definitely not keeping in my collection. I'm probably going to give it away to one of the kids in my class who really did enjoy it. I think the girl, so I got this big stack of games that I give away to kids if they have, like, excellent behavior, and so they get to take a game out of there. So I have a feeling there's going to be a kid that takes us home and has a lot of fun with it. So kudos to them. Well, there you go. Pigasus, Brain Games. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. If you want to support the channel, click on the little Amazon Associates link down below and in the comments below. As Joseph asked at the beginning, What's your favorite Bauer review and why? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about that. Just blow up my ego. No, I'm just curious because, then I can kind of get a feel for what I did in that review that was so good. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Oh, no, I should probably answer the question. My favorite review of all time. So that's, I don't know if it's favorite video of all time or favorite review of all time, but I'm actually going to cheat and say my favorite video of all time is definitely my review of Bauer's, I did Bauer's Tool Corner, which is actually where me and my friend Steven, rest in peace, and my buddy, my great friend Eric, who's actually my cameraman for my Gen Con Bonanza, got together and built this table, and we just screwed around all day, and it was supposed to be like a tool time sort of parody thing, and I love that video. It's still one of my favorite videos of all time. Apparently it's not that popular. It's got like 2,000 views, 21 thumbs up, 16 thumbs down. I think that's because of the bad sound quality at certain parts of the video, or maybe it's just because I'm not funny. I don't know, but I love that video. But let me know in the comments below, what's your favorite Bauer's Game Corner video? Not review or video, either one. Don't care. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.